A lot of students ask me, how do I dial in a great sound? I wish I could answer that in a quick manner, but that question opens up so much more. What amp are you even using? What kind of sounds do you like? What kind of guitar do you have? What are you doing in my bathroom? Are we talking rhythm or lead sound? What are you doing in my bathroom? Clean or distorted? There's no way to answer all these questions in one single video. So today, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'm going to decide for you and give you the best choice. In my opinion, of course. Now, my students often tell me they want to have a heavy, chuggy sound like Meshuggah or pristine cleans like Periphery. And then they tell me that they have a 20-watt Harley Benton amp at home. So in my opinion, the smartest thing that you could decide for is guitar plugins. Yes, you heard that right. I think in 2025, the best thing that you could do for your money and for your guitar and music skills is playing with guitar plugins. So at first, let me tell you what you will need for that. And then I will tell you 10 reasons why it beats having an amp at home. First of all, you will need some sort of computer. Desktop PC, a laptop or MacBook, doesn't matter which one. All of that works. Second, you need an interface like this one. This is a Moto M4. You need an interface so that you can connect your guitar to your computer, because we want to take your analog signal and we want to transform it into a digital one. Now you're in luck, since interfaces nowadays are cheap and reliable. Now some really great beginning options are Focusrite Scarlett 2E2, Steinberg UR24C and the Moto M2. In order to be able to hear what you're doing, you will need a pair of cable headphones that you can connect with the interface. Or even better, a pair of studio monitors. Now some really great options include Adam Audio T7V, PreSonus Iris E5 and the Yamaha HS5. Now you can always go for better, so eventually more expensive, but I really wanted to show you what you need to get there first. Alright, so we're almost done. You connect your interface with your computer, you connect those studio monitors with your interface, and then you plug in the guitar. So what now? Well, now the last thing that you need is a guitar plugin, of course. The great thing about these guitar plugins is that most of them are standalone programs, meaning you can open them up on your computer and directly play with them. So you don't need a recording software in order to use them. But in order to really get the full potential of your guitar plugins, I would highly encourage you to use some sort of recording software or DAW, which is short for Digital Audio Workstation. You should definitely check out the plugins from NeuroDSP. I'm not in any sort affiliated with NeuroDSP, but I love their plugins and they really know what they're doing. Another great addition would be Guitar Rig Pro 7 from Native Instruments. So why am I recommending an interface, studio monitors, and guitar plugins? Well, here are all the reasons why this beats having an actual amp at home. You can save any sound you create without the hassle of remembering how you dialed in the knobs in the first place. We didn't even go through guitar pedals, which are often needed to create really sick guitar sounds. I'm talking about reverbs, compression, delays, distortion, and so on. And guess what? All these plugins have a variety on pedals built in. No way! Oh yes, you get instant access to a variety of gear that would cost you a fortune in real life. You get so many presets, the variety of sound is endless. Often these presets were made by artists, which gives you a great insight on how they work with creating a sound. Experimenting with sounds is always a great inspiration, not just for songwriting, but also for guitar practice. So you're not bound to only one amp sound. And once you bought the basic hardware, who says you can't buy another plugin down the road? If a friend of yours has the same plugin, you can even exchange those presets. Like, how cool is that?
And you can also exchange them with your enemies.
This is the most important part. You can easily record with guitar plugins and there is no microphone needed. So you can also record in a really noisy household. Now you will need a DAW for that. And if you don't want to spend any money, you should definitely check out Reaper, which is an open source recording software. They have a really long trial phase so you can learn and try out everything you need. Now, why do I think this is so important? Recording is the best teacher you could ask for in order to better your guitar and music skills. That way you can actually listen to yourself and figure out your strengths and weaknesses. You can record stuff to practice with yourself. For example, chords to improvise over to. Or you can actually write and record music. Experiment with layers add some drums, some sounds, and isn't making music one of the main reasons why you picked up a guitar in the first place? This way you will also have a better feel for your progress. Trust me when I tell you, it's such a great feeling to open up a session from 3 years ago only to notice that your timing was shit back then. So you really know your practice wasn't for nothing. And speaking of recording, when you record with plugins, the cool thing is that you always track a DI signal, which means a dry signal. So if you don't like the sound mid-production, you can easily change the sound without having to record everything again. In addition to number 7, you can actually record your dry signal first and then figure out the sound for it. Which is really cool because normally you need a second person in order to do that. That way you have your dry signal and then you can exchange it until you have the sound to your liking. You can take your entire rig anywhere. Especially if working with the laptop, you can easily put your whole setup into a backpack. Plugins are silent when you want them to be. You can shred at 3 AM without your neighbors filing a noise complaint or sending you passive-aggressive notes. Just use headphones and you're in tone heaven. Great for practice, great for recording, and great for keeping your sanity. I hope I could help you get a little bit closer to a guitar sound that you actually love. If you enjoyed this video, then please give me a like and subscribe. It really helps me out a lot. And if you want to hear some of these plugin sounds in action, I recently made a video where I tried out NeuroDSP's Misha Mansour Archetype plugin. So check that out after this one. Alright, see you in the next video.